Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So, last episode we went and finished up the last few things we need to do out here in the end hub, and I'm quite happy with how all this turned out. I love our claw cans. I love all the little details we've got around here. But today, it is time to bid this area farewell for now, at least. We might come back through here eventually because thinking of doing a few things out in the end later. So let's head on back to the overworld. And I think it's about time we get back, or at least get Puck off of portal watching duty anyway. All right, so in order to get Puck off of portal watching duty and back to camera holding duty, we need to do a few things. For one thing, we probably ought to sort out all of our shulkers from the end hub, which is quite a few more than I was expecting. Anyway, we've got a few more storage systems going in up at the top, but we'll get to those a little bit later. For now, we need to go and get ourselves a calibrated skulk sensor, which, well, we've got skulk sensors over there. We've got an amethyst geode. That shouldn't be too bad. We need an observer, which I think we've got a few, and we need more buckets because I am not walking all the way out to the fairy forest to go get him back. So I'm going to go look for those things, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I've already gone and sent Puck back through via the nether, so we can go and build this up, and then we'll switch the portal back off and fly on back ourselves. We did manage to get a little bit of gunpowder. I really need to look at getting a new method of getting that. Since we've been out in the end so much, we haven't really gotten any because we haven't been killing creepers all the time. So we should probably look into getting some more of that. That and the raid farm's broken too. That's our other major source of gunpowder. So we might need to look into that. But anyway, we need to get our robot in, and I'm thinking to observe it there. We'll put calibrated skulk sensor on top of that. There we go. So that should hopefully alert us when the portal opens. And I'm hoping that both of these will detect when the portal changes. And it should be hopefully calibrated to the right frequency for the portal. Hopefully. Anyway, we need to make sure we get this thing on a small little wheel. Just so we can move this thing around if we need to. Go. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go switch that off. And I will meet you back, I guess, at the redstone pit maybe? Yeah. I guess the redstone pit. All right. So I have been over here going through my project boxes, trying to figure out what we have left in our various areas. And unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is just long projects that just need to be slowly worked on over time. Biosphere Tower, we just need to put on vines. We've managed to actually expand that all the way up. I don't think we can actually see it from here, though. Unfortunately. It's really close. I think it's like just outside of view from here. No, we can't. We can just barely see the raid farm from here. But all the other areas have very similar projects to that. We have a tunnel to put in. We've got tunnels to decorate. We've got trees to grow up. So what I'm thinking is that we are probably going to work over here in the redstone pit because it is one of the two areas that does not just have projects like that. The other area being our main base, but that is getting in villagers. And considering what happened last time we tried to mess with villagers, or rather, last time we tried to mess with villagers at the main base, I'm thinking no. Yeah, I don't particularly feel like taking out every single one of my barrels right now. So, redstone pit it is. And with all of the changes that we have been making to this area, we have some things here that we had originally built and just kind of need to be taken out, replaced, fixed, and just overhauled so we can actually go and get everything in here. So I've got a few sponges, and I think the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to redo all of the pipes to this area. Take out the ones that we don't need right now anyway, like this one here that heads to our bonus stone storage. This thing is kind of in the way of the storage system right now, so it's kind of just needs to go. We'll build another one later, but that'll be once we actually get the rest of the storage system in. We have another two whole layers in. We're just waiting on some redstone to finish up the top. And we've got another layer that needs to go in probably down below. But these pipes are a convoluted mess. So I think is we're just gonna tear them out. We're gonna rebuild them fresh once we actually get the storage system figured out and go from there. All right, and there we go. We now have all of the pipes taken out, except for the one that we're using to take stuff from our storage area down here up to the new sorting system, which we're going to keep. I think we might actually leave that. We might just expand that all the way down. Might be a good idea. That way we actually have some way that we can just collect everything into. It all goes right up into the storage system. And we can use that as the basis for our new collection system from across this area. Now, I'm not quite sure what I want to do for the pipes now. Originally, I was going to do metal pipes, but decided that wasn't going to look good. And then we switched to glass, and I'm not sure I still want to stick with glass. I'm thinking maybe once we get some more copper stuff, maybe we'll do copper. That could be nice. But I do like the ability to tell which pipes are which just based on the color, so I'll have to play around with that. Again, we've got quite a few things to put in here. I believe none of these farms are actually ones that we can connect into the storage system yet, because nothing is sorted of what we have stuff farming around here. I pretty much focused on getting the stone and the wood in first, so those are in. We do have a few plants that we could do. For most of the plants, we have chests for storage set up right now are ones that we're just going to put in later. So we're going to have to wait on that. But one thing's for certain, we definitely need a source of experience around here. Because right now it's pretty much the trading hall, which we need emeralds for because the raid farm is broken. The raid farm, which is, as I said, broken. And the gold farm, which produces so much stuff that I'd rather not turn that on. Also, it's very heavy usage on the flint and steel, which isn't too bad. We've got a whole bunch of gravel and we have plenty of iron from the iron farm. But I do want something that we can just go to, repair our tools and stuff. Because right now our boots are looking a little worse for wear. Several of our tools here look like they could use a bit of a tune-up. And our shears that we have for our coral farm just go through durability pretty quickly. So I want to get something set up. We do have a zombie spawner in the area. I was planning on using to help keep our pickaxe repaired while using the basalt farm. So that is an option. Actually, I think the basalt farm is the one thing we actually have storage for. But I'm not too certain. I do want to get a mob farm in here eventually, because that'll help get us a stable supply of gunpowder, stable supply of bones and stuff that we don't have to go out to the coal farm for. Speaking of which, I should upgrade the coal farm so it's a little bit more efficient than what it currently is. So we may do something with that. Do have to get the floating island for that in, which is going to take some black stone, or at least covering it down, but we need to figure out that zombie spawner first. So let's get some scaffolding over there so we can get up there. I think in terms of getting something in quickly, working with that zombie spawner is probably going to be the easiest thing to do. So I'm going to go mark out where we need to build stuff for this, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I think I've managed to get this figured out. It's not a perfect square, which I kind of like. Does add a little bit of character to this whole area. And it looks like we missed a block over here. But I did manage to get the water in. It's a little messed up right now because we have our scaffolding pillar here to remove our torch later. And then we just have a button here that should push them all to this one spot. The zombies will fall down through. And into our kill chamber here, which has our pistons and nothing else. because we need to get our trident killer in here. Got a few ideas. I believe I'm going to need a slab because what I want to do is I want to have this set up such that we get the experience from this to funnel up to a main AFK spot pretty much over by the area that we're actually going to be mining the basalt over there, because I do like the idea. I think that's going to work. So we're going to need a blackstone slab. But so far, I like how the island is turning out. I like top of that. We just need to get the rest of it underneath and figure out how that's going to be. But I'm going to go get those things that we need, and then I'll be right back. All right, so that should work there. We just need to get a small little temporary AFK chamber set up over here, just so that we have some place that we can stand while we work on this thing. We do need to get a storage system in, and let's see, we need XP to come out here, which will then be funneled to there. That should be interesting to do, but again, we'll have a small temporary AFK chamber right up here while we work on the rest of the island and, well, work on getting this so that it actually works the way I want it to. The trading color design that I've gone with here is also very temporary. I want one that we can shut on and off a little bit easier. This is, again, just a very, very rudimentary and temporary thing just to get this farm running. So, I think it's time we get this thing turned on so we can actually test it, and I was not expecting to get a zombie already. So let's get our torches taken out from here and make sure we have our sword so we can actually get rid of our unexpected zombie. And that way we can head on down and get the trident killer set. So that all looks like it's working. We need to go and get our scaffolding out of here. We need that there. Let's get ourselves out of the trident killer and make a big mess out of everything. Ah! Okay, mess solved. Let's just get this thing running so we can clear out the zombies as they come in, so we can seal that up. Get all our tridents in. And there we go. It's now working, so we should start getting a bit of XP coming out of here, which we can start to use to repair stuff with. But now that that's on, now we just need an actual collection system for this thing. And to get this XP channel here up and running. So that seems to be working all right. We do want to slow that down though, so I'm going to go get a few more repeaters to do that. And yeah, hopefully we can get that running a little better. And also see if I can't find some hoppers. At least a hopper. To start collecting our stuff from that. Alright, so change is made. We ended up putting in the whole water system here. It's just a bubble column that goes up to where our little basalt mining spot is. And I do want to eventually get this hooked up so that we can turn on the trident killer from up there. But for now, we just have one that's going to be always on. So, flip that on. And if we watch, yep, we are getting our experience coming out of there. Now, all we need to do is make sure that if we go up to our little AFK spot up here, that we're actually getting experience up here too. Should go through the block. Now we may have to change that to a slab. Yep. We're getting our experience, which is good. Should allow us just to go and mine our basalt here, which will be quite nice. Now, speaking of basalt, I did go and get a bunch of this while trying to get some more blackstone because we did run out. And what I'm thinking is we're just going to do kind of a mini basalt delta kind of thing. So we want to make sure we get some blackstone on top here and mix it in with some basalt pillars and stuff. I think this will look really well and help decorate this island since it doesn't have grass. Woo! We do not want to fall in here. Anyway, as I was saying, we want to get some little bits of blackstone and basalt mixed in on top of this island. And I'm thinking what we're going to do for this is we'll just kind of turn this into kind of a basalt delta. So we'll get some of our lava from our lava pit over here that we're trying to get rid of. and put that on top of the island. I'm thinking maybe we'll have some lava flows going off the edge. It could look really nice once we actually get more of the island in, which I am going to have to sit and figure out because I went and put, if I can actually climb scaffolding here. Anyway, because I went and put in that island over there, and although it looks okay, it's not necessarily the best. So I want to have a play around with island shapes and figuring out what we can do with this. Because for this one, we definitely need a nice long island to put stuff in. But I do think having little lava falls that fall into maybe some orange glass would look really nice for this island. Kind of make it look like it's burnt. Kind of make it look like we kind of transported this thing out of the nether. And yeah, I'm definitely going to want to play around with that and figure out what exactly we want to do for this. But I think that with that, I am probably going to stand over here, maybe get a few things set up, finish getting our storage system set up. We did manage to get the redstone for that. So we need to go and drain our temporary storage system that we've been keeping in the middle of the area and send it all the way through our new system. But that is just a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to get done on my own around here. So I think for now, that is probably going to be it for today. We've got a zombie spawner set up so we can actually repair our tools and stuff over here. It's not going to be fast, but at least it'll be something. So, with that, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going to be going on here in this area and in the rest of this world. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.